Anna was a wealthy, confident young woman who had everything anyone could want, except for the one thing that truly mattered: true love. One evening, in a moment of boredom and rebellion, she decided to do something unexpected. She drove to a street where a few beggars were gathered, their tired faces telling stories of hardship. Stepping out of her car, she called out to them with an unusual offer. "Who wants to spend the night with me? I'll pay $1,000. The beggars around her laughed and eagerly raised their hands, hoping for the cash. But one man sitting quietly in the corner didn't. He was scruffy with a beard that hadn't seen a razor in days. His eyes, though, were sharp. "I don't need your money," he said, his voice calm. Anna couldn't believe it. "You don't need it? You don't want the money?" "I don't play games with people who take things for granted," he replied, his gaze steady. Anna, intrigued and a little irritated, pressed on. "What will it take to get you to come with me? $3,000. The man sighed. "Give the money to my friends, and I'll go with you for free." Anna was taken aback. His nonchalance was maddening, but something about him pulled her in, a curiosity she couldn't ignore. "Fine," she said, reluctantly handing over the cash. "Get in the car." Nicholas, as she would soon learn, didn't say much on the way, but his quiet demeanour fascinated her. She barely knew why, but there was something about him that was different. "Thanks, Nicholas," she muttered. "You're the best." Little did she know, this impulsive decision would change her life forever. Once they arrived at her mansion, Anna decided it was time to transform Nicholas into the perfect accessory for her little plan. "First things first, a shower," she said. Nicholas didn't object. "Whatever you want, boss." As he cleaned up, Anna began to explain her situation to her best friend Cynthia. "My parents are pressuring me to marry some rich guy. Same old story," she said, frustration lacing her voice. "This time, though, I'm going to show them something new. I'm bringing someone who isn't what they expect." Cynthia's jaw dropped. Someone unexpected? Are you sure about this?" "Yes, seriously, I need to prove to my parents that money doesn't define who a person is. It's about who they are inside." Cynthia was quiet for a moment. "All right, but if you're going to do this, we need to clean him up first." With Cynthia's help, Nicholas underwent a complete transformation. The unkempt man who had once looked like he lived on the streets now stood tall in a sharp suit and polished shoes. Anna, seeing him in the mirror, couldn't believe her eyes. "I couldn't believe it," she thought. "He looks like a movie star." She tried not to let it get to her, but there was something undeniable about the change. The dinner with Anna's parents was meant to be the climax of her plan. But when Nicholas entered the room, all eyes were on him, not Anna's carefully chosen suitor, Christian. "Who is this?" her mother asked, eyeing Nicholas with a mix of confusion and disdain. "This is Nicholas," Anna said, her voice steady but her heart racing. "He's a friend." Christian, her wealthy but arrogant date, scoffed. "A friend? Are you kidding me?" Nicholas didn't flinch. He stood tall and calm, his eyes scanning the room, unfazed by the judgment. But then things took a turn. Christian, irritated by Nicholas's presence, leaned in closer to Anna. "If you choose him over me, you'll regret it. I have the resources to make things difficult for you and your family." Anna's eyes widened, but before she could react, Nicholas stepped forward, his voice calm but firm. It's time to go. Anna, stunned by his sudden intervention, found herself following him out of the room. Outside, away from the tension of her parents' house, Anna turned to Nicholas. "Who are you, really?" she demanded. "You're not just some homeless man, are you?" Nicholas hesitated, his eyes softening. "You're right. I'm not just some drifter." He paused, then continued. "My name is Nicholas Flamel. I used to be a millionaire. I gave all my money to charity because I realized that no one cared about me, only my money. Even my own family wanted me for what I could give them, not for who I was." Anna stared at him, her mind racing. "So, why are you like this now?" she asked softly. "I realized that it's better to be homeless than to live a life where everyone is after your wealth. But today I met someone who chose love over money. For the first time in my life, I feel like I'm finally living." Anna felt something shift inside her. She had started this journey to prove a point to her parents, but now she understood something much deeper. Later that evening, when Nicholas and Anna sat together, he looked at her and said, "You know, for a while, I thought everyone only cared about money. But meeting you, you showed me that love is what matters. You don't need a fortune to be happy." Anna smiled, a warmth spreading through her chest. "I think I'm starting to get it now," she said softly. At that moment, they both realized that true wealth wasn't in a bank account. It was in the heart, in the connections we make, and in the love we share. Real happiness comes from genuine connections and love, not wealth or status.